Hello, 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 everybody. Susan, Renee, Marilyn, Robin, how are ya? Barbara, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Mary, howdy. Don't look at what I'm about to pass through because it's my Michigan project. Ooh. Excuse me. Oh, I hope you didn't see that. Hey, Maureen, it's cold out. Yeah, it is. It sure is. The delay is substantial, ladies, so I'll try to keep up. Hey, Janice, Lois, Barb, hello, hello. How is everybody? Today we are going to talk about using distress crayons in another way. I'm going to show you something that I've been messing around with the distress crayons. And these tags here are some samples that I did using stencils, but not using the crayons in the typical coloring way. So, yes, I don't know. I think the internet's broken because it is like probably 30 seconds or more of a delay. Okay, so Robin is saying she's not familiar with the distress crayons. Robin, these are the distress crayons. They come in all of the colors. No, probably not Lost Shadow yet. Uncharted Mariner might have been the last one, but these crayons are a very soft distress pigment, and they kind of just roll up like this. They they smear really nicely until they dry, and then they don't smear. So this is one of the distress products besides the paint that when it dries, I don't know if it's absolutely permanent, but it is at least semi-permanent. So if you spilled something wet on it, it wouldn't necessarily react with it. But these are my distress crayons. I've got all the colors. These are the regular colors. And then these are the pearlescent special colors that came out for Halloween and Christmas. So I love my distress crayons. I picked a couple of colors. This is, of course, Uncharted Mariner, Saltwater Taffy, and Salvaged Patina that I've been messing around with, and a couple of my stencils. So let's get right to it, and let's show you what we've got going on. So I usually just put my stencil down, and I've got a little piece of repositionable tape, so the yellow Best Ever tape from Spellbinders, or purple tape, or washi tape, or whatever kind of repositionable tape you use. I'm gonna wait a second for this to catch up with me so I can make sure that I'm in screen. Okay, so you need your crayons, 1 color, 2 color, 12 colors, whatever you're going to use. The distress blending tool with sponges. I've got a sponge here for each of the colors, and of course this will wash out, so they will be able to be reused. And then this is got glitter on it. This has glitter in it. This is my distress sprayer with water and some random leftover, probably the Lawn Fawn liquid, the liquid glitter stuff, I'm guessing, is what's in there, but it's pretty sparkly. You probably can't see it, but it is sparkly. Okay, so this is a technique that you might have to try a couple of times to get it exactly right, because the amount of water that you use is going to make a difference. It just is. And so I'm going to use, this is the Uncharted Mariner, and I am just going to put a little bit of the crayon right on my mat here. let me just look at the questions. Mary's asking, do you put the tape on the tag and the glass mat, or just the... I don't have my tag, well, actually it got stuck. I wasn't taping it in, Mary. I just taped the stencil down so it won't move when I'm stenciling a little bit. It's not to like secure it really very, very secure. I just don't want it to slide around while I'm stenciling. But you can tape your tag to your mat. You can also use your station. You can take a little piece of tape and roll it up behind and secure your tag or your paper or whatever that you're using, and then just a little piece of tape on your stencil to whatever surface you're using. So in my case, the glass mat. It depends on how rough a stenciler you are. If you're very careful, you could probably just hold it. I'm not very gentle, so I just put a little piece of tape to secure it. Hope that answers your question. Hey, Kim. Looks like I'm getting a circle in my computer. Oh, there it is. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Are we good? Yep, looks like we are on my phone. My Wi-Fi's been a little weird today too because, I don't know, it's dreary out. So I just put a little spray of water over here on this side because what I'm going to do is take my sponge and I'm going to kind of smear it around, right? Like this. And then I'm going to pat it off over here on the side so that it is damp. Not dry, not wet, but damp. Okay? And then I am going to just stencil like I would with ink. Now we'll see. This may have been too wet, and you will see what happens if it's too wet. All right? Oh, it was pretty okay. So now you can see that you can stencil with your distress crayons like you can with ink, but it does give a little bit more, I guess you get some depth in your color easier without having to really work to get the color on. Now that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends on what you're trying to do. You can also see that you get a little bit of a line around the edges, and that's because it's wet. So that doesn't bother me at all. But there is just with one color. So that is the Uncharted Mariner with our little mini Michigan stencil. Now I am going to use a couple of colors and just show you that it's very easy to mix up the colors with this Mosaic Scales stencil that I seem to be using a lot lately. And I'm just going to tape it down however it lands. So we can still use this Uncharted Mariner because it's still a little wet, but we'll put some saltwater taffy on the mat. We won't waste not, want not. And some salvage patina. And I'm just going to put a little water here and a little water here. All right, let's start. We're going to dab it off over here so it's not too wet. We're going to start with the salvage patina. And I'm just going to randomly stencil around. All right. Just like that. And then saltwater taffy, same thing. Dab it off so it's not too wet. Barry's asking if the color dries on your mat, can you re-wet it? That's a good question, Mary. We'll have to try it because after the crayons dry, they do get, I don't know, stiff. Like they're not very movable. You know how you can smear them, less smearable, I guess. So when this Uncharted Mariner dries, I will try that. And we will see. You might be able to. I don't know. We put some saltwater taffy in there, and you can see I'm just barely touching this. Renee's right. She's saying with little effort. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. So, you know, you're just barely smearing a little bit on, and there we go. So you've got your background quite easily. So depending on how heavy your hand is, now see, it was a little bit wet here with the saltwater taffy, so it did go under the stencil a little. Doesn't bother me because I did also get the edge of the opening in the stencil as well. So, all right, let's just see here about this dry. This is dry right over here in the corner. Let's just check it out. See what happens. Yes, on your mat, on your craft mat, if it does dry, you can add a little water. And yes, you will get it reactivated. All right, so we'll take, I'm just gonna take my salvage patina over here. I mean, that just took a second to roll that on, and look, you've got some nice little Michigan backgrounds. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I know we've got loads of the packages of the distress crayons in the store, so if you've never tried them, this is just one way that you can use them. I know I've also done demos on other ways that you can use them, so you can peruse our YouTube channel. And I might even continue on next week with another technique with these crayons, because I really do like them. If you stamp an image and use them to color the image, it looks just like watercolor, and you really just use your finger to smear it around. So maybe I will show that again next week, because that is a great way to use your crayons. If you wanted a pearlescent, you could use the holiday crayons also in your backgrounds. But if nobody has any questions, that's all we've got for today. Don't forget, this Saturday is Scrappy Chat. We will have, of course, a new Michigan project. We will have new product to show. And any announcements. Also, right now until Monday, we've got the Jen Shirkus classes on an early bird special. After Monday, the price goes up. So if you were thinking about having some really awesome fun with Jen Shirkus while she's in town, head over to the website and take a look at the Hive 5 class and the Summer Lovin'. All of the classes, there's 2 of them, are offered 3 days that weekend in May when Jen's here, the 19th, 20th, and 21st. So lots of options for you to work around your schedule. Oh, that's right. Renee is reminding me. We also have the promotion from Lawn Fawn. If you make a $40 purchase, is that correct, Renee? You get the free L'Amazing flip-flop stamp. That is really cute too. So all you Lawn Fawnies, get into the store and make sure you get that. Mary had another question. If you spray water on your finished tag, will you get water spots? Sorry, I missed that one. You have to do it quickly. You can't necessarily wait for it to dry. So once the crayon dries, then it's not as easy to get the typical distress look with the water spots. But if you do it right away, you should be able to get some watermarks on there. Hope that answers your question. Thank you for letting me know, Robin. I appreciate it. So yeah, spend $40 in the store and get a $40 in Lawn Fawn product, and that's all Lawn Fawn product. You'll get that free stamp. All right. Well, you know, we've always got a lot going on. So also our April Showers layout class, we have to get up to 10 people for it to stay on the calendar. Right now there's only 4 people signed up. So if you're thinking about it, make sure you get signed up, or we are going to have to cancel if we don't get 10 people. So we do have a minimum in that event. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you guys are enjoying our little techniques, and I look forward to you trying them out and posting and tagging us. So if you're on Instagram, tag Scrappy Chic Livonia, hashtag Technique Talk, and on Facebook as well. Same tags. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of your week. And we will see you Saturday for Scrappy Chat. Thanks.